welcome to Throttle. My name's Carl Schlacht. I'm a former motocross and supercross racer. After being around the bagger scene for a while now, I noticed there's not really a place where fans can go and listen to racers, hear their stories, hear from industry insiders, get the tips and tricks and all the knowledge about the bagger racing scene. We created Throttle, and today's guest is Youngblood Clay out of Riverside, California. He's a racer, he's a barber, he loves to party on Harleys, and he's fast, talented to watch, great time to be around in the pits. We want to welcome today Youngblood Clay.
Clay Braun, welcome to Throttle. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Just chilling here in Riverside, California, dog.
I see you cutting some hair, you're riding some Harleys.
Having the sun hit my face and just enjoying the time off. But we're slowly working towards, another good year, hanging out with the homies and, sharing the paddock full of sweet, nasty speed. That's about it.
So you're a veteran going into the Bagger Racing League this season, and you got a couple wins. You got a win last year. You had some crashes. You had some adversity. You always had a smile on your face. You're bringing the energy every time I see you in the pits, and you're a blast to watch on the track. What's your plan for this year?
So we kind of took a little step back and kind of rescheduled the program a little bit. Kind of got serious. We didn't expect to have to get so serious so fast, and for us to get second in points last year under Trask. My boy Gunner, killed it all year long. With along a whole bunch of other hitters like Arnie Wells and all the homies just out there just getting it. We want to come back and be really competitive and really professional, and hopefully, try to take the number one plate this year. Honestly, I think that's what everyone wants to do, and it's cool that we all push each other, and I think that's why we got so serious as far as Youngblood Crew Racing goes, as far as teaming up with FDR and all that stuff. We got really competitive because of that, and I can't wait to share the track with all my friends.
Yeah, you're a testament to tell that it takes a whole team to do this. And first of all, we want to thank our sponsor for the show. That's Braun's Furniture out of Allendale, Michigan. They're going to make your furniture dreams come true. And we're not talking IKEA furniture. We're made in the USA since 1955. Western Michigan's number one furniture. So when you're out there at Gingerman, maybe you pick you up a nice couch or table to get shipped back for you.
Oh yeah, I'll second that one.
Yeah, so we want to thank Braun's Furniture for making this all happen, and Youngblood Clay Braun on the cheetah bike or leopard print. What is it?
It's a little bit of everything, man. It's something that just out there.
Wildcat.
Yeah, fucking whatever you want, dog. It could be whatever.
Yeah. So I saw you had it. It was kind of orange. It was orange last year with the kind of wildcat print. This year, did you switch it up a little bit? I looked like I saw some photos there.
Yeah. I just wanted to make it a little different. I got a whole new suit coming this year. With a lot of people that are supporting me this year, and got things red too. So, and I like red. It's Youngblood red. So it's just trying to go out there, make a statement, have fun, but also, try to just throw some style out there. You know what I mean? Some sauce on it.
So you raced the Bagger Racing League last year. You're going into this year. Tell us about your bike. What do you ride?
So I just ride it's a stock Street Glide. It's the most base model you can get. I took that thing, stripped it down with the help of Josh from RPM Moto, Aliar, Race Tech, Saddleman, SNS for all the moto juice. just all the good stuff, and kind of turned it into a track ready bike. I mean, they're never track ready, but you can always make improvements and everything like that. But yeah, last year was insane for me because I didn't expect to be out there competing that much with my friends, and it just turned out to really kind of bite me in the ass because now I'm hooked, so it's one of those things.
Yeah. So what made you get into baggers? Like, were you always a Harley guy? Were you always a street rider? Tell me, how did you kind of get into it, into the racing stuff of baggers? How'd you hear about it?
So they had the inaugural race at Laguna Seca, and that was kind of like all the big dogs going out there, and I heard about it, and I wasn't really like thinking about it or anything like that. And then Rob finally threw his first the first one at Chuckwalla, and I went out there and watched it, the stunt shows, and kind of got a rip around the track, and that was cool. And I did my first track day. It was March 9th of 2021. And ever since then I was hooked. That was my stunt bike. It was my Dyna, and I turned it into a track ready bike, with a makeshift belly pan, turkey pan, just so I can go out on a track day. And I just made it work with Ravi Savage and Brandon Quaid. And we just went out there, and I got buzzed by a street bike dude doing like 120 past me. I'm like, whoa. And then that's when it was like, oh dude, this is like, we're nothing out here. You know what I mean? Like, this is cool. Like, this is safe, like a controlled party, So that's kind of when I got hooked. And then I raced Brandon's bike, Brandon Quaid Harley Davidson, for the first round of Bagger Racing League, and I loved it. And then literally right after that, I was like, I have to have a bagger. There's no way. And I never really rode a bagger on the street until I actually bought one to race. And those things are so controlled. It's controlled chaos. Like, those things want to go where you want to put them. So since then, I started racing that thing, probably crashed it 5-6 times, just trying to learn the dynamics of it, the geometry, and, everything about it. And it just came out swinging last year. I mean, I crashed, I think maybe 7 times during all the races last year, just because, it's hard to sit in a truck for a couple of days and go to a track that you don't know. And you have to tell someone to calm down, which is, it's fine. We got the bike back together and went out there and pushed, but dude, it's the best memories and the best time with all my friends. So it's cool.
So you have some guys in the pits helping you, with some spare parts and putting it back together when you do lay it down.
Oh, dude, honestly, I'll give a big shout out to Feeling and Tucker and dude, there's probably so many more I'm forgetting about, but yeah, dude, like the race family is insane. Like, I would like to say, it does take a village, and that's the people that you've been competing against. So this is why Bagger Racing League is so sick, because, even the guys you line up against and try to compete with, they're helping you out, and they want to see you finish too. So it's super dope. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're known for your racing in the rain. I mean, I remember looking back at some of the footage, and you are next level compared to some of the guys, and you run the pro stock class. So you have the Bagger GP class, which is the premier. You're in the pro stock, which there's pretty much no rules for your bike, but you're out there on a bone stock street glide, basically. And
yes, sir.
And you threw the rain tires on, Bridgestones, and you're ready to go.
Yes, sir.
What was the rain like? Why? How'd you feel so fast compared to like these other guys, like Tucker and Gunner and some of the other, even Chamberlain and some of these guys? What had you going in the rain? Was it the setup, your bike setup? Was it just the mentality? What was it?
I mean, I think it was a little bit of everything. Like, right when it started raining, I had a lot of people coming up and talking to me, like telling me to calm down, chill. It's the rain, But it's I feel like it's kind of hard to tell someone not to go fast when you're when you're racing, right? Like it's kind of hard to tell someone like, hey, you can go out and play, but you can't play 100%. So I had it in my mind where I had to chill, and it's just one of those things. Like I got on the bike and I tell everyone I blacked out. Like it was the coolest thing ever because I compare it to like the Fast and the Furious movies, dude. Like the water hitting your face and just brushing off you, and it was just fun. Like I can't even explain it other than it was just fun.
So how did you even get into? Did you race dirt bikes? Did you ride dirt bikes? I mean, you're pretty talented in racing. Going fast corner, laying it over. How'd you get so good?
I mean, I've always had a family that's gone to the desert and stuff like that, but never really had a racing background until I got into Bagger Racing League, and first started racing at Chuckwalla, but Bagger Racing is the first racing league that I've taken seriously, and actually try to put some backing on a program and try to just professionally have fun, and put my heart and soul into it because. Yeah, I mean,
a lot of seat time on other type of motorized vehicles, and
yeah, exactly. And I think I've had enough altercations with some cars and the actual rules of the road where if I go out on the track, it's kind of like I let loose, like I can just spread my wings and go, So I think that's like a big thing for me too, because I can be in a controlled environment with a leather suit. I would never think I'd wear a leather suit, bro. I'll be honest with you right now. So like it's cool to know now that I can wear that and be fine and have an actual airbag suit on me, and if I lay it over, I'll be fine, And I've had a couple good get offs, and these suits and these airbags and all the safety that comes within racing. It's pretty sick, man. Like I'll tell everyone right now to not knock it till you try it, because it's probably the sickest adrenaline rush that I've ever gotten, other than scraping my fender.
Now, putting those leathers on, they're heavy. Some of these races it was real warm. What would that feel like? How heavy are they?
I mean, it's you feel like you for sure have a little monkey on your back, because it's a whole different setup. I mean, you're tighter in the shoulders, elbows. I mean, everything is you're kind of constricted until you figure out, the style, or unless you get like a suit that's actually custom fit to you, which that's stuff you've learned down the road. But other than that, man, this sport is the safest sport. As far as party on Harleys goes, this is the safest thing for Harleys, I think, personally.
So I see you on social media. You looks like you do ride on the street though. You got your barber tools in your saddlebag, right? So you still ride around. You like to get around on the bike locally and out on the regular streets still, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're making house calls, lining people up. What's the most popular haircut you're giving?
Honestly, man, I'm a traditional barber, so anything as far as getting cleaned up, if that's just like a little cleanup mullet, or this is what's in right now, but either like a side part, taper, pompadour, all that good stuff. It's all about the conversation and getting to hang out with the homies, getting them fresh is just kind of a plus for me.
That's cool. So you cut a lot of other your rider buddies for hair and all that.
Yeah. Actually, it's pretty funny. I cut a lot of dudes that ride Harleys and that are all on like the same table kind of thing,
So I expect you're going to have a huge following here coming at Willow Springs this year. That's your home track.
Oh, I hope so, man. It's not the stomping grounds, but it's the closest to the stomping grounds. So I think you can make something happen.
All right. And you got your passport. You're ready for Canada.
Dude, I did.
So you got your passport. And then the week before that, we're racing pro stock class only at Mid Ohio, and that's for an AMA number 1 plate. So you might be coming East Coast. I live about an hour and 15 minutes from there. We'll put you up. Come hang out.
I'm down. I'm down, man.
We'll get some haircuts lined up for you. Put some fuel in the rig.
100%. I like that.
So tell me. So all right, you had some crashes. You got the bike back together. I remember. I have some footage I'm going through, and I see your grass just all jammed up in there. Did you flip or just slide in those crashes? That pit race,
So
I think it was, right?
yeah, so from pit, that was just a whole bunch of I think just being like anxious of sitting in a car for 2 days, just ripping out there with 2 of my friends, like making it there in 2 days just so we can get there on time and make track time, So I think that was me being so anxious and having an open track and like not knowing the conditions out there or anything like that. So that's something I've also worked on too. Like I gotta know when to I gotta know when to bite the dust, when to bite the dust and when to chill out,
Well,
So
yeah, none of us want to let off or slow down.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Who's your biggest competition out there?
Honestly, I'll say I think it's Gunner, man. But Gunner's also one of my closest friends out there. So it's not even like competition. It's like I would say the relationship is like stepbrothers, dog. You know what I mean? Like we're cool. We're cool. You know what I mean? We want to see each other both get out there and hit the top podium, but we still have some, stuff going on. It's all good. Be fun.
You're not letting off first if you don't have to.
No.
Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude, but you can hear that trash turbo dog from wherever on the track. It's crazy.
What was your favorite track this year in the BRL?
I don't know. I think I'm going to say Pitt just because it compared a little bit to Sonoma from 2 years ago. And just because it was so far away, I think that's why I fell in love with it, because it was a whole different weather condition as far as just the bugs, the humidity. It was just completely different. The conditions were wild. So it wasn't like Sonoma. Like Sonoma, you were just kind of cold, right? But Pitt, you were just like, it's raining, it's hot, I'm sweating, bugs biting me, I'm dehydrated. So you're having to deal with a lot more stuff going on out there, and it was just cool. It was a lot harder for sure, I think.
And we have some new tracks this year that you'll be racing. Which have you looked them up? We got Hastings the first round. Meet you in the middle of the country, right?
Dude, I honestly think I'm more pumped about Canada, bro. Honestly, I know that's not it's not the sanctioned race in the series, but I'm super pumped on just going out there and hitting a whole different kind of country for our racing.
Yeah, that's at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Quebec. So it's about 5.5 hours from here in Ohio. So I'm pumped. We're taking bagger racing international, party on Harleys internationally, baby.
Yes, sir.
And you know who's going to be partying this year is Anthony Bagma. You remember seeing him out there? He won the twins class, and he's the Braun's Furniture factory rider out there. So we want to give another shout out to Braun's Furniture. I know Anthony Bagma is going to be looking for another championship this year, 2024 BRL in the twins class. And Youngblood Clay, man, you got any tips before we head out of here? Any tips for some new racers coming in? They want to take their Harley or their new classes, even at the BRL, like they could take out a Goldwing, all kinds of different bikes for these metric bagger classes, as well as all the sport bike classes at the BRL. So we'll have a bunch of good racing to watch, and we'll have a little more break between bagger racing. So hopefully you get out there and maybe another class this year, run maybe the ATU.
And I'll be lining up with the GP this year.
All right. Yeah. I think, maybe they take like the top few out of the pro stock and bump you up, right?
Yes, sir.
So throw us some tips, the guys that want to get into it. What do you got? Bike recommendations, what they need to do to their bike, who they need to call, or what website they need to get to, or, how they can reach out to you to ask you maybe some specific questions or a new hairdo.
Hell yeah. No, if you have questions, man, I would just say, either hit me up or any other profile you see tagged on Bagger Racing League, that any rider that you like his style, or want to ask any questions, just don't be afraid to ask, because it's we're all here to help, and that's really all we're here to do, and obviously cross the finish line all together. So but if you have any personal questions for me, hit me up. It's a young_blood on Instagram, or Youngblood Crew on Instagram. That's our team page. But if you have any questions, man, I'm telling you, it doesn't hurt to ask. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, that saying. So just ask us, and we would like to have more of these line up with us this year.
Awesome, Clay, dude. Good talking to you. Always fun hanging out with you at the races. Thanks for hopping on Throttle today. Looking forward to getting some more racers, some more insight, and see what Crazy Gunner has to say, the Cougar Killer. See what
100%,
about your competition, and it's gonna be a good season, 2024. Looking forward to seeing you out there. We'll see you. Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers starting Memorial Day weekend in Hastings, Nebraska at Motorsport Park, Hastings. Look out for Youngblood Clay on the Wildcat. And yeah, man, we'll see you. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, bro. Later.